What is up, Force Fam? Star Wars Dad back for another video. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at Qi'ra Red Force, which is a deck I've been working on now for the past few weeks. Before we get into today's video, as always, please like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel to grow. Make sure to sign up for the 7,000 subscriber giveaway, as we are almost at 7,000, so make sure to sign up for that if you haven't already under the community portion of the channel. Check out the Patreon, the Discord for more exclusive content from me and for the community tournaments that are free that we are doing about once a month that are online. They will be either on Saturday or Sundays typically, and we are trying to do them a little earlier so we can have some European players join the tournament to make the tournaments even more competitive and fun for everyone. And for today's video, I will be giving away a hyperspace foil Topple the Summit to one lucky winner in the comments. So in the comments, let me know what are some of your favorite decks that you've been building around Topple the Summit. So to get into today's video, Qi'ra Red is a deck that I think gets a significant boost with Topple the Summit. I think it's a card that just matches and aligns up so well with Qi'ra. I think there's a couple ways you could play this deck. I think you could definitely play hard control, but I didn't really feel like playing that. I've been focusing more on this version, which is a lot more fun because this version can play like more of a tempo board control style, but also can play very aggressively because of cards like Director Krennic and just going really wide really early. And in some of the games today, you'll kind of see how sometimes that's the better strategy. But we do have a good amount of removal in here as well to kind of deal with our opponent's big threats after, if they're at that point in the game where they're dropping big threat after big threat. We have our unit removal as well as strong pieces of removal with Force of Lightning, Power of the Dark Side, and Shatterpoint. I have toyed around with Hotshot Blaster, but I felt like I wanted to be as consistent as possible. And Hotshot Blaster, as nice as it is some games, other games, it has felt like a card I don't need. But then there's games where I'm like, man, I wish I had it. So that's a maybe card. I think the two Hotshot Blaster I have in the list right here, I have toyed around with just having a third Night Sister for consistency and turn one plays, as well as the card draw, and then the third Shatterpoint in the main board. But for right now, I'm keeping the Hotshot Blasters in the main board. Kind of depends. I definitely love Hotshot Blaster in certain situations. Like I said, it comes in really handy to close out games. But then there's other games where I'm like, I really want that when defeated effect of Night Sister on turn 2 just to go wide. And it's not even the Night Sister, it's more having that third Shatterpoint is really important in the main board some games. 3 Owen Lars is extremely important. It helps our consistency with our card draw, and then just that subtle restore makes a big difference in a lot of these games, especially against more aggressive opponents. And it's a card that oftentimes gets forgotten about because our board has other threats. So it's like, as good as it is at like the subtle restore and finding cards, force cards for us, it is a card that oftentimes gets left alone and it just continues to do things. Like I think there was one game in the recordings today where it was just like straight up the MVP and just like took us back to like 0 HP and just while we continued to do our thing. 3 Force Lightning is just for leaders, for big threats, for Great Dragon, for Chewbacca. The Hotshot Blaster, of course, is to close things out. 3 Krennic to help us go wide early. It's also shielded, which is very important for the Topple the Summit flip turn, as well as Sage, Darth Tyrannus, using Qi'ra's ability before that turn if we flip later than 5, or if we use the ability before our 5 turn. Having those shielded units makes a big impact. Interesting enough, Admiral Ozzel is another card that dodges the Topple because it doesn't have an even amount of HP, so it takes no damage when we use Qi'ra's deploy. And then Topple only does 3 damage to each damage unit, so Ozzel's another card that survives that flip when we obliterate every unit that our opponent has on board, ideally. Karis, of course. Sage, of course. Sith Assassin's one of the newer cards. I like it. It's good against aggressive opponents, so it's just nice that it comes in hidden. The 3 Ozzel and the 3 Jedi in Hiding are in here to bring back that discard element that these colors were missing. I think that's kind of the way to do it. And there's actually a scenario. Now, I have not pulled it off in a game that I've recorded, but Admiral Ozzel, Jedi in Hiding. If I play, so let's say Jedi in Hiding on 3 and Ozzel on 4, right? We attack him with Hiding on the 4 resource turns. We have the Force active. We play the Ozzel, and then we deploy with the Topple, right? So what will happen is we will destroy every unit on our opponent's board, most likely, as long as they have 6 HP or less. And then we will force them to discard 2 cards with Ozzel attacking in and killing something else. And then hiding just gets triggered and dies, and then we use the force to trigger it. So we can have such a huge turn there with discarding 2 cards from our opponent's hand, obliterating their board, and flipping Qi'ra, and Qi'ra has 7 power and attacking in for 7 power. So that's just like an incredibly strong flip turn when you are able to pull that off, and that's why there is 3 Ozzel and 3 Jedi in hiding. Because, you know, if we find a combination of those cards on the 3 and 4 resource turn and we're able to do so, that's just incredibly powerful when we do pull that off. Even still, the subtle discard throughout the game can be impactful against certain opponents. 3 power of the dark side, of course. The 3 churret is extremely important right now because of how aggressive some of these decks are, like Sabine in particular. Earth Tyrannus, of course, is just a staple and just another shielded unit. 2 Long Pike is very nice as the game drags on to pull that out. Also, just the shield synergy with Qi'ra and just the shieldedness that it does for itself as another way to protect it against the topple flip. Talzin's Assassin, of course, is one of our ways to deal with space. As far as space goes, we do have a good amount of removal for that, but decks that go really, really wide, I mean, our Topple the Summit is important for sure, that flip with Qi'ra. Bombing Run on the side, you could argue that maybe Entrenched needs to be in the sideboard, like a 3 of for those space-heavy decks, since we really only have the Gunship and the Devastator. The 2 Shatterpoint has been really, really good. Like I said, I go back and forth with wanting to have 3 of those in the main board. I do have the 3rd copy on the side. I think it's better than Fell because we're not using the Force with our leader. So Shatterpoint just kills everything. The 2 Devastating Gunship, just another way to deal with things on the Qi'ra flip, just in case we don't find Topple. You could even consider like a card like Grenade Strike to go along with Topple. I did have that in here early on in this deck, but I've focused more on being aggressive, as I do think being aggressive early on in a new set is usually the better route to go. The 3 Topple, of course, so it says deal 3 damage to each damage unit. So of course that when you time Qi'ra's flip, you heal everything, do, you know, half the damage rounded down. As long as, like I said, they have 6 HP or less, then you are able to play the Topple with Plot and destroy everything. If you have one, you know, Krennic or Sage out or Ozzel, then your units will survive along with Qi'ra, and their whole board will be obliterated, which is just very gratifying and heartbreaking for your opponent. Tyrannus as well. So just a sweet interaction, and like I said, is literally the reason that I think that this deck is more competitive and, you know, gets a big upgrade. Now, how competitive, that's got to take a lot of testing and, you know, deciding what needs to be main boarded and all those types of things. But early on, it's felt great. And the sideboard, a couple pillaged, again, for more of that discard theme against, you know, like those hard control decks, Iden, Chancellor, Data Vault, Qi'ra Data Vault, things like that. Pillage is going to become more in handy with Ozzel and Jedi in hiding. 3rd copy of Shatterpoint, a couple bombing around for space. The 1 Rivals Fall mainly for space. 2 Snoke is a maybe, and maybe that needs to be entrenched. Krayt Dragon, I think, is going to be more important for like those grindier games in the control matchups. I think Snoke is a maybe card for me there, where I would consider the entrenched. So, but yeah, this deck's been a lot of fun. But I want to show you a few games just to kind of see what I'm talking about and how this deck can be competitive. Would love to hear any feedback or anyone that's messed around with something similar. But I've really enjoyed the Ozzel and the Jedi in hiding. And just, you know, I've been enjoying these Force units in these colors for a while now. So it's been a lot of fun to play this deck. But Topple the Summit with Qi'ra is just disgusting. So, but I would love to hear how you guys are playing Qi'ra in those colors. I know there was another grit version that was around. I think that's fine as well, but I really do like this version. But let's get into a few games so I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, up against Padme Tarkintown. Looks like we have a good hand. Let go of Devastator. Topple, I think. So we either go the aggressive line with Karis. We'll start off with the shielded units, of course. R2D2. Nice. Double Jedi in hiding is not the worst thing ever. So there's basically what that does for us, and this is kind of a scenario I was hoping to pull off. We could power the dark side here, of course, before, but yeah, because he's gonna try to kill us. But there's a scenario where we can kill both of our Jedi in hiding. Well, yeah, it doesn't work because we have to have the Force twice. We need the Admiral. Okay. Why is the indirect damage not working? Oh, there we go. We power here. Trying to. He's going to Tarkintown our Sage anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't want to take a bunch of damage to our face, though. Okay. Is he going to use his Tarkintown on Sage, or is he going to... Nope, I didn't think so. Okay. So now we can play Talzin's Assassin and just minus that. Or even this, which I think is fine. Yeah, so what I was trying to talk about was there's a scenario where we have Jedi in hiding and Admiral out with the Force, with Topple, where we can wipe our opponent's board, make Qi'ra a 7-powered unit, and make our opponent discard 2 cards, all with Qi'ra's flip, which is absolutely insane. We're going to go Tyrannus just because they might be playing space units. So we'll start there. He's going to have to ping us. And then Tarkintown us, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that it doesn't cost him an action. Okay. So he did not use Tarkintown yet. Once Padme flip on 6. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to wait till 6 to just take that out. He's still not used Tarkintown. So he's going to use it on Talzin's Assassin here. He might have Plo Koon here. Two spy tokens, okay. So we're probably flipping, yeah. Oh, he just discarded that, I guess. Okay, another R2, okay. Cool. Who's he pinging? Talzin's Assassin? No. Interesting. He's more worried about Owen Lars? That's interesting. I mean, it's a good card. Definitely Tyrannus, yeah. I think we're going to scratch the Jedi and hiding plan at this point. Do we care about this card getting damaged? Not entirely, because we can just always reset it with Qi'ra. Or I mean, it's going to stay at 2. Okay, there's that. That's just power. Save our topple for another turn. Still play Sith Assassin here. Yeah, with Padme's 8 health, the topple thing wasn't going to work anyways. It works on 6 HP or less. We are waiting for our opponent to sacrifice the Padme. And I think our opponent may have left out of frustration. That's unfortunate, because I do want to play this out. Okay. No. I'm not going to allow them to not deploy Padme when I power the Dark Side. That's too much information. He wants to play a unit before he does that, so I can't power the Dark Side, which is... Yeah. That's kind of too important for the... Way to go with the BS leader. Can't wait for it to die. Thank you. Thank you. That was not a thank you, other thing. Okay. Alrighty. Good looking hand. Topple and topple, I think. Yeah. It's just gonna kill mine. It's fine. I think I'm... I like the idea of discarding, but we'll see. The question is, does he want to go face, put pressure and outrace us, or does he want to kill us? Kill our units? Yeah, hidden doesn't matter much when you go second. He went face. I am okay with going face too, because we have topple. Okay, that's a card. We have the Force now. Do we just play Night Sister, Owen Lars? I think so. And then we can play Force Lightning next turn, potentially, to slow things down a little bit. I'm definitely holding on a Devastator. That is going to be our way to close this game out. Is he going for Owen Lars? Is he going for face? It says raid 3, so I imagine he attacks in with the Marauder first. For 9, okay. Now we could double attack into the Marauder. Lose both of our Force units. I think I'm okay with that. shield the Lars. Yeah, he has to wait for us to be exhausted, so we're just going to attack in. And just remove this. Draw a card. That's the thing about this ability. It's like so specific, like 4 exhausted units. Like that's a lot, you know? Long Pike is good. Still have the Force for Tyrannus, another Devastator, which is fine. Which HPs have 6. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna shield and ambush in. Take that out. What did he do? Okay, that's interesting. He has 3 HP, so we can definitely kill him if he flips. Not doing the topple thing, but sometimes it doesn't make the most sense. Yeah, because he's not flipping, we're just gonna not either. I think Oswald at this point is not what we want, just because their hand size is pretty big. And I want to be able to play 2 things, like Shatterpoint and Karis here. I guess we could do Karis Oswald, potentially. What did he do? Another 2 damage thing? Okay. Oh, no, he just attacked it with the spy token. Okay, that's fine. Down to 3. Oh, and Lars has been doing work. Getting our life total in a good spot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could flip topple. Yeah. That's fine, actually. That's what we're going to do. Did it not trigger the topple? Yeah, it did not trigger it for some reason. I don't know why I did that. What am I? Yeah, it didn't work right. I don't know why I did that. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened, yeah. Yeah, it didn't work right. Clicked the wrong buttons. Alright, need another Owen Lars? Probably not at this point. Okay. 1 plate, you may exhaust a unit. Okay. Let's go in for damage. Try to delay our actions. Yeah, we're just going to Shatterpoint that. And take out the 5 powered unit. Play Karis. And then now we have Devastator online. I don't think we're going to use topple anymore. Owen Lars has been huge this game. Okay, another exhausted unit. Okay. That's fine. Exhausted 2 units. Wow, that's a pretty sweet card. Yeah, that's an amazing card. I mean, yeah, just drop the bomb. And then it's like there's too many units for him to exhaust. Plus we just claim initiative. Okay. Yeah. All right. We got to go here first just because it could die. Very easily with a lot of the cards he has. Okay. Not sure. The thinking there. Okay. Do we have a hotshot blaster? We do not. But we have another devastator, so that should be game. I like Sly Moore. My thoughts are just that it's a very strict requirement, and if your opponent just plays around like I did early on, and it's kind of, you know, it flips on 5. I think if it flipped on 4, it would be a little better for sure. But I don't know which one's which. But yeah, I think that's a deck that's still a work in progress. But good game. I think we're gonna keep this. Get rid of 1 Krennic, and I guess the gunship. Yeah, so we can go pretty wide here, which I think is a good route to go. Krennic Lars, and then we can play Karis Night Sister next turn. Oof, both of those are good too. This isn't an official deck, right? I'm gonna get rid of the assassin as much as I hate to do that. Four Night Ren, yeah. So this gives us the ability to swing it with Tyrannus. Just heal, pass, topple is great. It's a good find. When does this flip? On 5. Yeah, we can just destroy everything, I think. He's attacking with 2 units here. He's going face. So let's go face ourselves. Ah, we needed to get that force online, unfortunately. Yeah, we can kill it though. Ambush, trigger, and then shield. Yeah. That's fine. So we attack with Krennic. Then we go face, heal, pass. Force Lightning's not bad. I think we're probably going to keep that and Devastator, I think. He's using the ability again, I would imagine. Okay, he's continuing to go face. I'm trying to decide. Should we just go ahead and kill Knight of Ren? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay, now we can topple. We are going to lose all of our units, but we are going to kill all of his. But we will have Tyrannus. I think this is about as good a time. We cannot. Yeah, we're gonna have to force lightning Yularen and then topple next turn. Yeah, that's fine. These have Sentinel. Ooh, just for the turn, right? Yeah. He claimed initiative. We're gonna lose these cards anyways. So still definitely healing. Yeah. I mean, we're going to lose him anyways, so it doesn't matter. Getting it for 4, I think, is fine. Pass. Another topple. Just because Yularen had 8 HP with whatever he attached to it made us not be able to do the topple thing that we wanted to do last turn. Okay, he's attacking twice to face. Okay. Let's heal first. Take 2 more. Yeah, the reason we're not attacking with Tyrannus to kill that unit is because we want Tyrannus to keep its shield. What did he do? He killed, no, he just attacked our base. No, he killed the Krennic, right? That's fine. Okay. Oh, daring raid, okay. Do we just play Talzin's Assassin here and Sith Assassin? I think so. 4/5. Okay, now we claim and take out the board. Yeah. Yeah. We are almost at... Yeah, Devastator turn. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Play Qi'ra. Nice. Now he can kill Qi'ra, unfortunately, with Jar Jar Binks. Which I did not think about. But what are you going to do? Get that Lars down. See what he plays here. Either attack him to the unit with Tyrannus, depending on what it is, or we claim and just Devastator. Really depends. Not worried about that. Okay, now we claim. Pike is a good unit. He's got to play another 4-powered unit for this to be worth it. Either way, we just are in a situation where we claim the initiative and attack him with Devastator if he doesn't have an answer for that. So he could have something. I'm not sure what, though. He'd have to have, like, open fire plus something else. Something plus barrage. Daring raid plus barrage. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I guess he could, right? We'll just attack in with Owen Lars and take a turret. All right, claiming. Yeah, he had the Daring Raid plus Barrage. There you go. You could kill the Tyrannus here. That's fine. Good turn for him. We're at 8. I'd say we just Tyrannus here. Oh, yeah, we're not resourcing anything here. Okay. When you take the initiative, deal 2 damage to a base. Okay. Do we care about that? Not really. Yeah, let's just get units down because we're kind of in the lead here. We want to be the aggressor. Yeah, just claim, attack him with Qi'ra. It's going to be hard for him to overcome that. He's got to have a way to kill Tyrannus with one action. Yeah, good game. Yeah, decks felt great. Good game, good game. Alrighty. We got Krennic into Lars. That's disgusting. Next turn, we're going to do what? Sage. Yeah. Or we could put Night Sister. We could go really wide, potentially. Right? If we get another 2-drops, we're going Krennic, Lars, Night Sister, Sage. Just dropping our whole hand out. Okay. Does 2 damage. Okay. I would have liked to have kept the Tyrannus, but going wide seems like a good idea. Oslo's not bad either, but especially against a deck like that. But Qi'ra is very good, so. Okay, he took away Krennic. So let's go Night Sister. Sage. Claim. Get Qi'ra on board. At some point, the discard is going to make sense. At this point, we're going wider than them, which is interesting. Okay, blue leader's coming in hot. And Qi'ra dies. Well, that's nice. I mean, do we care? Attack with Krennic or Night Sister? Either way, we're going to have the Force online, so let's just... Let's go there. He attacks with Karis into Night Sister, I'm guessing. We do not have topple. He went face. Okay. We shall go face and race. He cannot kill Owen Lars. He did 2 to Sage. Okay. movement phase. It's fine. No topple. Okay, we got Tyrannus is pretty good here. I mean, we're expecting that he might have like Poe to kill 2 units, possibly. He killed Krennic, it looks like. Okay. Do we want to kill Karis? I think so. Let's go shielded. Take that out. Okay, there's the Poe, yeah. So Poe is coming. We know Poe is coming. He could kill Sister and Sage. Okay. We don't have topple, unfortunately, so... Down to 1. He killed the Tyrannus, okay. He's going to kill Night Sister with Grogu next turn if he doesn't just kill both things right now. Okay. Killed Night Sister, yep. And we drew a card, which was the Shatterpoint, which is nice. We still have the Force online. So now we're just going to claim. Basically, our options are if we draw into topple, then we just flip topple, kill everything. Or we just Shatterpoint if we don't find topple. Not too worried about these cards. Did not find topple. Power of the Dark Side's not going to be very good against them. See, killing Owen Lars with Han Solo. I do not know. Yes, he is. Karis is a good card. He did not ECL. He's saving the ECL. Like, he could have Wrecker at this point. I mean, he's saving it for Karis as long as he can. Okay, Sabine's Masterpiece. Again, a topple would be absolutely disgusting right now if we could find it. Just to completely wipe this crazy board that he has. There we go. Let's just go ahead and do that. He's going to ECL, I would imagine, but then we just... Shatterpoint. Do we want to tack into something first with Karis with a Force online? I think we probably do. There's literally nothing that we can do as far as just get damage in. Yeah, let's just get the Force online and then topple. Yeah. Take 4. Yeah. Pass on that. Okay, here's the ECL, I would imagine, but at least... I mean, if he has Wrecker, that's bad because he can kill it without ECLing. Yeah. But this is what we figured was coming, and we are prepared because we have Shatterpoint just waiting in the wings. Go up to 8 here. Yeah. So this way we can play a 4-drop and a 4-drop. Interesting. Let's just play this down. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Something. Alright, Chirrut isn't bad. Chirrut, Talzin, Owen Lars. Go face. Force a line. If he attacks him with Cassian, he did not. Interesting. Okay. Chert is cool. Still has not ECL'd yet. Lars is good. It's just a way to gain a little bit of subtle life and keep the restore in our favor. Life total in our favor. Yeah, I mean, Power Wrecker, the card, like, yeah, that card's a card. Do we want to minus 3/3 on this thing? I guess, right? Because then he can't do any damage. I'd rather kill something, though, right? I guess, because, I mean, either way, we're going to have to trigger. And he's going to claim, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. We have nothing there. No long pike, no hotshot blaster, unfortunately. Okay, I could see a wrecker being a problem here at 7, 8 resources. Yep, there it is. And there's the ECL. Good old wrecker. It's my favorite card. So wonderful. Let's gain life. Or do we just play Chariot, take some damage, block? Could kill Wrecker too, I think, isn't bad. Because Wrecker's a way for him to completely outclass us. Yeah. He could trade with Tyrannus here, which he might decide to do. He did not. Okay. No, we're not gonna do that right now. Claims. Pass. Oh, Devastator, where are thou? No. Topple wouldn't be bad right now if we had it in our hand, but we do not. Now, do we kill Cassian and draw a card? I think so. That's a good card to find. It's a very good card to find. Just no more wreckers, please. Okay. Get that out. Hopefully he doesn't have another one of those either. It's a good card. Good lord. Good god, man. Alright, let's just go face. And hope that we're wider than our opponent with more pressure. We have lethal on board. We'll be at 22, but let's just go as wide as possible, I think. Shatterpoint's not bad. Okay, he's going to swing in for 5. I mean, he needs to play defense here. Okay. I guess he doesn't. With that, could he... Is there anything else he could do to get to 28? I don't think so. This is where I wish we had Hotshot Blaster and stuff like that. How can he do 5 damage? He could Rebel Assault if he has it in his hand. Because either way, we're getting down to basically game, right? If he has a Rebel Assault or something like that, we lose. He does not. Good game. Close one. Yeah, I had recorded a match against Sabine too where we won, but I forgot to press the record button. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, this deck has been competitive in testing. I think it needs a little more fine tuning, but it's felt good. Topple really takes it to another level. Like, you know, you can see in these matchups, like I can play aggressive and keep up with a very aggressive deck. I completely obliterated a very, very wide board, which I otherwise would have had no chance against, which brought me back in the game. Good removal, the restore. Owen Lars is not a card that they want to focus on when we're playing all these other 4-powered units and putting pressure and, you know, getting that unit advantage with our unit removal with Tyrannus and Assassin and things like that. So it's a fun deck. Definitely give it a shot. Let me know what you think. But as always, y'all have a good one and peace out.